And then, I don't know, it just came out like that. I said, well, it's as real as in a John Ford film. It just came out like that, very simply. And this guy was absolutely, he could kill me, like he looked at me and said, at that much, so 24 years ago, still today, a little bit. If you compare this to John Ford, it's strange, but what I wanted to tell him, and I explained in a strange, esoteric way, it was that this film is, and I'm going to tell you, because maybe you do, it's that this film is completely, what's the word in English? I directed Vanda and she directed me. This is dialogues, written dialogues. I mean, we didn't write them, but every shot that you see, we rehearsed for weeks and weeks, and we shot weeks and weeks, and there's 500 takes of each shot. So there's nothing, there's no spontaneity, there's no documentary. But, I mean, it's not a crime, I think. I don't know if you are going to arrest me, but that's what I learned. I learned with John Ford and Griffith and Chaplin and Robert Bresson, that I should work with the actors and things, and elements, and to compose something. So, just to tell you that this is a work of 1 year of work with, as we didn't have a written script or scenes, but the daily work, and that you could call documentary or amateur filmmaking, or I don't know what. I call it more, it's more, has to do with maybe, I felt a lot as more like, I come from history, my studies, and what I did was history in college. So it felt very close to what I used to do. I mean, study histories, the sources, the origins. So I was in this place, and I knew a lot of this place, and so I was analyzing a lot of things, and it came out this way. But I mean, I was on one side, not on, because after this film I did more films on this play, and from other, with my point of view, but talking about older people, for instance. This is just about younger people. They were more or less my age, so I was closer to them. And it happens that the younger people at this moment in this neighborhood, in Portugal, in Lisbon, there was a big problem with heroin, and so I was closer to them. But then I did other things. The next film was about the older generation of, and it was much more about the Cape Verdeans, so this is just one of the perspectives, but just to tell you that this is, I don't want to call it a work of fiction or whatever, because everything is more or less comes from reality. It's everything that she says, I think it's true. I don't know. I hope. I don't care. It works. It works. So it might seem a bit, I don't know if you find. I'm just remembering this Q&A in Paris 20 years ago, and it was the arguments and the questioning was very, very, in a way, it was very superficial, but it made me, as always, it made me think a lot about the, well, my profound belief that cinema, it's a matter of reality. But not the real, it's reality. But reality is what you make of it, of course, every day. It's your construction of reality. So when you're doing a film, it should be the same thing. It's what you like, what you think, what you believe, what I did here that I didn't is I was, for the first time, what was coming to me, it was not in my power. It was, it came to me from Vanda, from people, and in a way, I had to agree with a lot of things that I didn't like, that I didn't agree, because, there's lots of things that she says that if I was writing a script, maybe I wouldn't write, but that's what happened to me, is that reality came in a way that I was not expecting. And I'm sorry for this bullshit. It's not bullshit at all, but
Great. Well,